Good to see you folks. This is Banerjei, your real estate investment portfolio advisor. I've been talking to you now for more than 10 years on this show. So today I bring you a wonderful home ground story. I am a native myself of Scarborough and I've lived here now for 30 plus years. And today I'm going to talk about the revitalization. And you know, I love real estate, so it's going to be from a real estate perspective, and how it's going to revitalize. It's going to be the south part of Scarborough, known as Kingston Road. It's going to be how a new condo is part of the plan to bring Kingston Road back to life. See, Scarborough is one of Toronto's best kept secrets. It is probably has one of the lowest price points and is a good area compared to, say, downtown Toronto. Now, people have now woken up and they realized that to be true. So, as a matter of fact, Scarborough was in the headline news recently on Saturday morning in the Star. It talked about how a condo is bringing the Kingston Road, which, by the way, 60 years ago was a corridor for all the way to Kingston, Ontario, which is why they call it Kingston Road, I suppose. So today I'm talking about actually East Point. But before I go into East Point, the condo, I want to see what is happening in the world of real estate that you can be a part of actually influences and transforms our homes, our neighborhoods, our communities into a better living arena. Because our children live here and work here. They go to school. They go to college like U of T, maybe 1 kilometer away. It's probably a 10-minute, a 4-minute bus ride, 10-15 minutes walk, if at that, from this condo. So things are happening around us that will transform the way we live, and the neighborhoods are upgrading it for the rest of our lives. So this article that came out talked about the gentleman called Mike Bowring and my friend Mike Cohen, who is the promoter, who's launching East Point in the West Hill neighborhood. But from somebody, even the builder here, like myself, is a native of West Hill. Now, if you think about it, if you drive through Scarborough, Eglinton, Lawrence, these are all known streets. These are all 6-lane roads. Fact, 3 and 3. So it's easy to get around. So the reality is that Scarborough has a lot to offer. Now, although there has been a revitalization plan, did you know that? There has been a revitalization plan in place for Kingston Road from the Gilwood Go to Highland Creek. For those that know Scarborough, it's that whole southern corridor from, say, Markham Road, well, the Gilwood Go is a bit beyond the hill, going all the way till the end of Kingston Road in Scarborough. That's known as Highland Creek in the village, as they say. Now, this has been planned since 2003, but the reality is that this is only happening now. So those of you who buy in this community will see this transformation in the next few years and will reap the benefits, the financial benefits of the revitalization of Scarborough. Kingston Road. A gentleman who actually is part of the zoning bylaw amendment division, the city says Scarborough is seen as a more urban, pedestrian friendly, transit oriented corridor achieved by developing vacant or underutilized sites with mid-rise multi-use developments that will address the missing middle in the city's housing stock. Toronto actually has and is in a housing crisis. There's no places to stay. You know that. Our recent elections was a living example. Every party tried to, both good and bad. I mean, I'm not here to judge, but they took real estate and everyone tried to find a solution. The reality is the solutions are in front of our eyes and they're happening, and I'm showing you, I'm bringing you one of them. So Mutual Developments is the builder and is among the first, it says in the newspaper, to bring new residential development on the West Hill stretch of Kingston Road with East Point condos. It has been approved for 11 stories. This project will create 104 residential units and provide what the city requested. The city said, hear this, and you'll appreciate that. Family suites in the mix and generous amenity areas. Actually, the builder lives in that area as well. Kingston Road, by the way, the history of that spans 2 centuries, and until 60 years ago, it was, as I mentioned before, it was Toronto's eastern gateway, an integral link in the route across southern Ontario from Windsor to Kingston. Did you know that? This is when there was no McDonald Cartier, when there was no, obviously, 401. This was the corridor from Windsor to Kingston coming through Kingston Road. In the 19th century, inns and stables, can you imagine that inns and stables across Kingston, all along Kingston Road, provided accommodation for stagecoach travelers. Oh my goodness. Kingston Road was part of the stagecoach travel. Can you imagine that? Now, in the post-Second World War automobile boom, it flourished as a motel strip until the 1960s, when the construction of Highway 401 caused the decline of the formerly thriving motel business. Now, with land in short supply and downtown becoming unaffordable, developers are looking into the potential of Kingston Road, just so you know. Scarborough is the lowest price location in Toronto. It offers a 416 location at 905 prices, says Mark Cohen, the managing partner of Condo Store Marketing Systems, the firm handling sales of East Point. It's been an underappreciated district, stigmatized somewhat by a couple of less than desirable areas, Cohen says, but there are some beautiful, affluent neighborhoods. I live in West Hill. I live 10 minutes from there. In Scarborough, including the Hunt Club, Bluffs, Gilwood, and West Hill. So then they said that they are beginning to see additional development coming along, including applications around the Gilwood Go along Kingston Road, east of Morningside. Excuse me. By the way, there's also planning going on for the Eglinton East LRT that will bring additional transit to Kingston Road, further supporting development opportunities. Because something called the transportation effect, the moment you see an LRT, a subway, TTC, a new route, you see development happening, because the value of properties go up around transportation, and that, by the way, is called bring me to a point called the transportation effect. And that was a study done in 2014 where Don Cooper from RAIN, that's a real estate investment network, he actually put together a study that proved just that. Properties in and around transportation actually went up 10% more than other properties over and above the market, growth, anything else. Okay, East Point reflects the city's goals for the area and is just steps away from shopping, dining, transit, and only minutes from U of T's, this is key, minutes from U of T's Scarborough campus. Now, besides Morningside Crossing, a shopping center by the way, you literally have everything within 100 feet, including, and there'll be pictures you'll see later or before, including Starbucks, Shoppers Drug Mart, the LCBO and the beer store. We anticipate, and this is from the builder, this is talking about that in the Star. We anticipate some of the buyers will actually have a connection to the U of T. Because I know of condos across from the U of T, and when I've been selling them, I've had parents of kids coming to school to do their studies at U of T from Vancouver, from around the world, calling me saying, we want to buy a place here. My daughter or my son goes to school across the street. This is 1 kilometer away. Oh, the bus stop is only 100 feet away, by the way. Just so you know, U of T is planning to double, yes, double registrations and is undersupplied with residences. I think some parents, this is an article which I mentioned to you, will buy units for their kids. Some will be investors and some will be first-time buyers. There's going to be a very healthy mix of people in this. And by the way, this site is surrounded by parks. The builder, for example, walks his dog Chief into the nearby Highland Creek and Rouge Parks and along the waterfront. Rouge Park is now, by the way, Rouge Park is at Lawrence and Port Union, close to the Port Union GO station, or known as the Rouge Hill GO station. Rouge Park is now a national park and is a 5-minute drive from this location as well. The waterfront trail, and I biked on the waterfront trail when I was biking outside, now I bike indoors, run through the Rouge, West Hill, and to Pickering and further. Like I said, I bike there. You can get a condo here from $800 to $900 per square feet, where downtown it's $1,400 per square feet. You'll have small streets from 400 square feet all the way to 1,000 square feet, 3-bedroom suites with plenty of 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom, 1+1 plans. Most of the 2 bathrooms and the average suite size is about 700 square feet. The building itself will have 4 podiums and a modern tower and will be a smart home with multiple functions. Hear this, controlled by an in-suite screen or smartphone, including thermostat, energy monitoring, lighting, and even your blinds will be smart home controlled. License plate recognition will activate the parking garage door, and residents will be able to order food delivered to their suite from neighborhood vendors. 2 large outdoor areas will provide amenities for barbecue, outdoor dining, and socializing. Plans also include a fitness center. So this is going to be the next best thing, just like the Queensway developed in Etobicoke and Mississauga, the same way this stretch is going to transform Scarborough. So needless to say, you can call me. I'm here to help you because I can help you locate a condo in there. It'll be the lowest price condo for anybody watching. My number is 647-273-1119. The actual address is 4569 Kingston Road, just east of Morningside. Now, the developer is going to be doing 11 stories, 104 suites. Just to back that up, to recap that, and I have platinum access. What does that mean for you? What it means for you is I can get you a unit, others cannot. because I have the access and a special relationship with the builder that allows me to get your units. Because can you imagine, only 104 units, that's it. That's not a lot. I sold units in Gilwood. Gilwood is probably not even a 10-minute drive from there, a 7-minute drive. In a 4-year span of 4 to 5 years, the properties went up 150,000. 150,000. So sometimes we think, did we miss the boat? And I'm here to say to you, no. If you're looking to live, looking to invest, or you want your child to come and study at U of T or Centennial Scarborough campus, need a home to stay, you just call me, Jay Banerjei, at 647-273-1119. And by the way, and I will help you. Don't go anywhere, there's more to come.